Well, hey guys, hey, it is Brent Abel here at WebTennis.com. What I've got for you today is something completely different than what we normally do with What's the Right Shot. I've had a lot of requests ask me, well, what do I do for my training in terms of drilling on the court and that kind of thing. And I've got a 60-minute workout that I do. This morning I did a little bit longer than that. And I recorded the session. I'm not going to give you the whole 60 minutes because I'm just going to really cut it down and show you the different segments that I do in that 60 minutes. So you're going to get this whole thing, I don't know what it is, 12 minutes, something like that. I can't really see with the shades on. Yeah, anyway, so here it comes. And again, if you want to become a better singles player or doubles player, you got to do some stuff other than just going out there and playing some sets. Right? You got to do some work on the court, some work off the court. You got to do some work in the kitchen, right? You got to put in the good fuel, the good nutrition, and all that great stuff. So here comes a condensed version of my 60-minute on-court workout. So guys, it is Brent Abel here, WebTennis.com. I just want to give you a little, I'm not going to show you the entire 60 minutes, but I'm going to show you kind of each component of it. And this for me is one of the most important parts is a short court warm-up. Most people, what they do is they stand in one place, and wherever the ball is, they just kind of reach around. And pretty much what that's telling your brain is that, this is how you play the game. You just stand and just sort of, reach around for the ball. So the one, not the one thing, but one of the first things I ever learned from Tom Stowe was that the short court warm-up is really about your feet getting activated and making sure that you're always getting the ball to your side. Do that for a few minutes, and then you can start to back up, as you see me doing here. And again, once you're backing up in the baseline, you're still swinging slowly, but it's all about footwork, right? It's all getting the ball to your side, creating the spacing to the path of that incoming ball so that you're never reaching too far to your side, or the ball's never right on top of you. So whether it's a forehand, or it's a backhand, you got to get your feet activated early, and that's the whole purpose of that short court warm-up. Now once I'm warmed up with that short court warm-up, I like to just rally some balls, forehands and backhands. Obviously, a little bit more swing speed, a little bit more commitment to a finish, to a follow-through, but the emphasis is always on the footwork, is always making sure that you've got the right spacing to the path of that incoming ball. And so I like to do this for maybe 10 minutes of just what I like to call rhythm hitting. It's just simply an exercise, again, number one, initially in getting some space to the ball, but trying to get some rhythm in the swing speed, so that I'm not really kind of going after the ball at 100% swing speed, but just trying to feel that I can finish with some good swing tempo. And swing tempo is where you can really control the swing speed from the moment you decide to pull the trigger all the way out to the finish. So this takes me about, probably 12-15 minutes into this, and then what I like to do is just like this, just like where I missed the ball there, is to make sure my feet are moving. This is not an opportunity to walk. I mean, the whole 60 minutes, no matter what you're doing, here we go right here, this is a fitness opportunity, right? Obviously you're working on stuff, but it's really a fitness opportunity. And then I like to go and start playing some cross courts. And the same thing with the cross courts. I mean, I'm always trying to get spacing first, right? Trying to recognize, is it forehand or backhand, but always trying to get the ball to my side. And obviously that requires footwork. And then, this is more for me, it's more target practice. I'm thinking more about that cross-court quadrant, trying to land the ball right in the middle of that quadrant. I see too many guys who put out targets, right by the baseline or right by the single sideline. And to me, that's just not realistic. You really want to aim much more for the middle of that cross-court quadrant, and and just be super consistent. I don't mind stepping forward and playing a ball that's deep like that. I just kind of feel like, you know, it's just always good. And it's not like you're going to get into this habit of playing out balls, but for me, it's just good to see the ball, play a little topper like that. And I like to do this, play forehand cross courts for, you know, maybe 10 minutes, and then switch to the backhand side. You know, one of the things you got to be able to do is start a rally with your backhand, and got to turn and then just absolutely let yourself finish. It's really just, you know, we have so many opportunities when we start rallies to do it right, and way too often what we do is we just drop a ball and kind of slop it over there. So always make sure on your, you know, if the backhand is the stroke that you need the most work on, you know, turn and drop and hit that backhand so it's dead perfect every time, and you start to tell your brain that this is how you want to feel when you hit that backhand. So again, you know, I do about 10 minutes on each side. If I get a short ball, you know, I like to come in. So let me show you what we do next, which is you know, hit a few volleys and then hit some overheads. So you know, again, both sides. I, you know, don't really like to stand right in the middle. I mean, I could. Sometimes I do that to warm up the volley, but especially if you're playing a ton of doubles, get yourself to be able to hit volleys from both the ad side and the do side of the court, and make sure that you're not, you know, standing just on top of the net. I mean, you got to be realistic, especially when you're cross court from the ball in doubles, is you're the one who's slightly further back than your partner. So if you're always up there on top of the net, especially when it's cross court, you know, it's not where you want to be positioned in doubles. And what I try to feel here, just like the groundies, you know, I like to get the ball to my side. I like to use my feet, and that's, for me, always priority number one, is creating that spacing, so we get the ball to the side, whether it's a volley, whether it's an overhead, whether it's a serve, or whether it's a ground stroke. So when I practice the overhead, I really don't think about power. I mean, I really think more about, you know, am I sort of getting a nice rhythm on the swing, making sure I'm creating the spacing with my feet so the ball is, you know, off to my right as a right-handed player. I mean, you know, I think the biggest misnomer in tennis is the term overhead. I mean, you don't want this ball directly over your head. You actually want it to your side, because that's where you naturally make much better contact. So again, just like the other shots, you're trying to create spacing with your feet so the ball is to your side. And again, I don't go for power. I'm thinking much more about just reaching up and not hitting the ball out. So the next shot on the agenda is the serve, and I really, when I'm warming up my serve, obviously not going for a ton right off the get-go. I see way too many players go out there and they're just trying to bomb big, flat first serves, and gee, is that why we get shoulder, elbow, arm, you know, lower back problems? Yeah. So really, what you want to feel when you're warming up your serve here, or you're drilling your serve, especially in the beginning, is that you're just looking to see if you can keep a nice relaxed grip on the handle, and let the natural throwing mechanics kind of come through on their own without really forcing it. And I go for, you know, trying to make sure the toss is out in front so that I get some natural swing speed by placing that out in front. And I'm going to do this both. Here we go again. Got to get some exercise opportunity, right? Oh yeah. There it is. This is an exercise, a fitness opportunity, you guys. This is not just standing around waiting for the balls to come to you. Use every possible second of this 60 minutes, and it's going to pay off. So today, my practice partner Bruno and I, to finish up, decided that what we're going to do is we're going to play some singles points, and I would serve 4 points. Doesn't matter how many won or lost, and then Bruno would serve 4, and we just kept that going. I would say for probably about 20 minutes, and today I decided that I just wanted to work serve and volley, whether it was first serve, second serve, whatever it was. I was just going to work serve and volley, and so that's what I did. But for you, it might be different. But for me, with serve and volley, I got to make sure the toss is out in front, right, so that I can naturally move in behind it. So here's another second serve, just trying to throw it in and work on that transitional shot, and then get some feet, get back, and play a decent overhead. So let's talk about the return of serve. I do that for 4 points, and then Bruno serves 4. And all I'm trying to do is get my shoulders quickly turned and see what happens after that. So guys, that is the routine, and that takes me, today took a little bit longer. Normally, I go for 60 minutes. Today we went a little bit longer, probably 70, 75 minutes. And it's just really focused. We use 6 tennis balls because it seems like 3 is just, you're just picking up too many balls. I'd rather be hitting. And so what I did today after this workout is went upstairs to the gym in the clubhouse there in front of you, and I kind of have this little routine. It takes a few more minutes. What I like to do are some of those Bosu ball crunchies. Do about 25 of those. I do a 60-second plank. I then do 25 of the kettlebells, the Russian kettlebell swings, and then I go 60 seconds just all out on the rowing machine, and then I get the foam roller out and roll out the hammies, roll out the IT band, and just do some more stretches. And that whole thing up there in the gym doesn't take more than about, I would say, 12 minutes. And I find that it's really important to get stretched out after you go through this 60-minute deal, or however long you do, because it's pretty intense. You're hitting lots of tennis balls, and so that's the deal. Guys, would love to hear any feedback or comments or questions you've got right down below the video in the comment section. So gang, there you have it. I want you to embrace, really getting out there and doing some drilling, and it's going to pay off. Some point it's really going to pay off. 2 things I want you to do today. Number 1, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, on this video there's a subscribe button somewhere. I don't know where it is. They generally move it around from time to time. But if you're not subscribed, I want you to click that subscribe button so that you get notified whenever I post new tennis instructional content, new tennis instructional video over at YouTube. And then thing number 2, down in the description area, if your second serve is not where you want it to be, meaning too many double faults, or you're just throwing it in there kind of a little patty cake second serve so you don't double fault, but you're giving up the advantage, you're giving that return of the advantage, then what I've got for you is my entire Topspin Serve course. It is free. All you got to do is click the link in the description area and get signed up for the course. You just need a first name and an email address, and then I can get it over to you. So those 2 things: subscribe to my YouTube channel, and the number 2, pick up my free serve course down below in the description area. All right, guys, it is time. Get out there today and make it another incredible day.